Hey guys, welcome back to Ed's Garage 2.0, the how-to channel. Today we're making a picnic table for squirrels. Wife saw some squirrel thing online and it was kind of cool, so you know what? The wife wants a picnic table for a squirrel. She's going to get a picnic table for a squirrel. Now obviously it's not going to be very big and I am going to 3D print it. So let's see what we can come up with. I've got a couple ideas kind of rattling around in my head. I'll show you the software that I use. It's just Autodesk, Auto Design, Design 123, 3D. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna draw something up and print something out and see what happens, and then we'll stick it outside and put some food on it. All right, here we go. Now, I'm not going to show you the entire design process. Well, I am, but it's going to be a time lapse because, well, otherwise this video would get really boring, me trying to explain every single step along the way. But yeah, it's Autodesk 123D Design. It's older software, but it'll do the trick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my digital caliper to kind of get my vision converted into millimeters, and then I'll do that on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to make the table itself, the actual picnic table, roughly yay big. So about maybe 10 inches by, I don't know, 5 inches. And then, yeah, I'll convert that to millimeters and everything and then do that on the Autodesk software. I will make all of these 3D prints available. Now, I say all of these 3D prints because while you could potentially do the print all in one shot, you'd have a ton of supports. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have each component of it printed separately, and then it should just kind of snap together, glue together, screw together, or something along those lines. I guess we'll find out. So start the time lapse. All right, so now that I've got the picnic bench roughed out, basically what I need to do is make it so that there is a spot for the food to go, and also make it so that the legs can be screwed down onto something, because we'll probably have this sitting on top of a fence or something like that. And I don't want the squirrels kind of knocking it over or, you know, just falling off the fence when they're enjoying their food. So I'm going to make little things that come out of the legs with screw holes, and that way we can screw this down to the top of the fence and just make it a little bit safer. And I'm also going to make like a little basket kind of looking thing in the table. It's going to be integrated into the table, something that you can't pull out, but something we can fill up with nuts or whatever. So now that I got the little box figured out, I need to figure out some means of making an umbrella to go over top of this because I don't want the food to get all wet if it rains. So yeah, I guess I'm 3D designing an umbrella. So as you can see, I've kind of moved everything apart. This should all be printable without supports. Even this, if you have a decent printer, these angles are pretty sharp, but it should print okay. And really it's mostly the top that we want to have look good. The bottom, isn't that important. You can see I do have the post in there for the umbrella. Sorry, for, for the umbrella pole. The pole you could choose to print yourself if you want. I'll include that in the STL file, but I'm probably just going to use like a steel straw or a wooden dowel or something like that. I am going to make a little bridge on the bottom of this pole just so that it adheres to the bed better. And you'll notice it is pretty thick, so I'm going to print it quite a light infill, probably like 5% infill, and then just have maybe a little bit thicker walls. As for the two seats, I deleted one because they're literally identical, so you just need to print two of those, obviously. Same goes for the legs. And then the tabletop, that's the only tricky bit because that needs to be printed with the basin of the basket sort of suspended in air. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to print sort of a little tube. I'm going to add a very, very thin wall, like 0.4 millimeter tube all the way to the base and then have its own, again, its own little sort of platform that it can stick to, and then that you'll just break that off. The reason this hole is here is actually just for drainage. So when it rains, basically, you know what? I'm overthinking this. I'm going to take that out. You're going to want to drill a hole right where that is, just so that if water does get in, it has a place to drain from. But I'm going to eliminate that hole actually. I'm going to go ahead and just take that right out. Because that's easy enough to drill out. It's thin enough that it's not a big deal. You're not going to hurt the structure. So there's all of our components. Now it's just a matter of, as I mentioned, I'll put that little pad at the bottom of that pole, and it's a matter of printing this out. Voila. So there is our picnic table. That is looking fantastic. Now, the last thing I need to print is the umbrella, and that's going to be really difficult. It's not going to have any support. It's just going to print on the angle, and I'm going to use orange PET G because I wanted something a little bit brighter on the top of this. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is that orange PET G that I have is pretty old, and it's already clogged the printer once before. and for some reason has trouble being pulled through my Cheaty box, which is the filament feeder. So, yeah, table's done anyway. Now, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get the screws down through here, so I'm going to probably have to pull the benches off in order to access the holes to put screws or nails through there. I'm also a little bit concerned that it might be too wide, actually. I think that the cap on my fence is not that wide, so I might have to maybe put a piece of plywood or something on it first and then put this on that. But I think the table came out pretty well. It had a couple of little issues, a little bit of filament pulled off the here when I took it off of the build plate. I was too overzealous getting it off the build plate. Also, I guess there was a little bit of black filament kind of stuck on the build plate still because it transferred onto the white. And then I made the stupid mistake of dropping it and it broke off one of the little bits here. But all in all, aside from that, I think it looks pretty cool. So I'm going to see if I can find something that fits in this hole, some kind of maybe a plastic straw or something like that, but one of those rigid ones. If not, I'm going to have to find a dowel that's 8 millimeters. But yeah, looks pretty good. As you can see, I've also drilled holes into the bottom of the container here. And the container is not very large, unfortunately, so we're going to have to probably keep that filled. The other option, of course, is I can 3D print another little basket or something like that that sits in there, but then expands over the table a little bit more if I want to make it a bit bigger. I think for now, just to make sure that it's going to work and the squirrels are okay with it, I'll probably just leave it the way it is. Yeah, let's see how this umbrella prints. Oh, that's stuck on there. Wow. Whew. Have to let that cool off. All right, well, it finished. It's rough. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but there is a lot of some jagged edges and stuff like that on there, which is unfortunate, but quite frankly, the fact that it successfully finished the print is awesome. I'm very happy. I couldn't be happier. This is great. You'll notice the little pad on there. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that on there. I was about to pull it off and I was like, doesn't matter. What I am going to do though is I'm going to strengthen up the inside of this post. It's not very strong, so I'm just going to dump a bunch of hot glue in there. On my actual STL file that I share, I will reinforce that and make it stronger. As a matter of fact, I might just take this little center bit and just raise it all the way up. That way it's got a little bit of support in the middle, and then this pole will be a lot stronger. But I'll just make it really, really thin walls, so it's kind of hollow on the inside. Doesn't need to be any stronger than that. But yeah, I think it looks good. Let's see what it looks like over the picnic table. All right, well there we go. 3D print is complete. I think it looks freaking awesome. Now it's just a matter of mounting it somewhere. I was thinking of putting it here, but I don't want a whole bunch of droppings and food and stuff all over the spot. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on that back fence, and then we'll see who makes use of it. Alright, so as you can see, I have it attached to a scrap piece of plywood, and I've gone ahead and I've glued the
the umbrella in place. It is a little wobbly, so hopefully it survives the wind. That's the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about right now. I think it should be okay only because where it's going, while it does get a decent amount of wind back there sometimes during storms, I think it'll survive. Anyway, I'm going to put it on the fence, basically drilling some screws into here, basically just some 1 1/4 inch screws into the top of my fence, and then we can go ahead and there's a lot of hot glue here. I just use hot glue to basically glue the antenna. I keep calling it an antenna, to glue the umbrella. Why can't I think of the word umbrella? Both top and bottom. I've also reinforced the inside of the umbrella here to basically make that a little bit stronger. I really hope this doesn't break off and blow away in the wind, because that would suck. So the STL is definitely going to have a stronger umbrella attachment. And then I would recommend finding some dowel rather than using a straw. I may have to convert this one day. We'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and screw it into place and see how it goes. All right, well, let's get some food in there and see if we can get some visitors. So not exactly squirrels, but hey, at least we got some wildlife eating alone here on the fence, which is pretty cool. But in any case, if you're wondering what kind of camera I'm using to capture this, it's pretty cool. This is the Bistro cam, which you can get on Temu. I will leave a link in the description, but basically it's got a little solar panel and it's completely wireless, 100%. It charges that battery with the solar panel, and then it can basically record all day on one full battery charge. It's pretty cool. It keeps that battery pretty fully charged throughout the day. It works amazing. But yeah, I'll comment, or I'll put that in the description. Comment below if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer. And if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Until next time, take care.